There are a number of risk factors we're looking at. The overall consumption is relatively stable, but it's not particularly strong. So, for instance, if you look at the mobile payment numbers during the Chinese New Year, the overall number is rising, but the price per order is actually still very soft or very weak. People still worry about the consumption downgrade. There are some other issues related to the property sector, local government liabilities, and also the potential financial problems with the small, medium-sized banking sector, and so on. So I think we need to watch out for these potential risks. On the positive side, and I think one thing that is hopeful now is that the US economy looks like is experiencing a soft landing, which should be positive for our external economic environment, including exports. We're also hoping for more aggressive fiscal support to economic growth. So there are some potential risks and some positive factors. There is hope that the economy may continue to improve, given that the government expand its fiscal spending and provide more support to economic growth in the coming months. The reason why consumption is relatively weak, and I think we to some extent is still suffering from the so-called scarring effect. So I think at the moment we're probably still suffering from that legacies of the pandemic. Plus, economic activity has not been very strong. Although the unemployment rate is relatively stable, but income growth is still at a modest pace. I think we need to see stronger economic recovery and a stronger job creation. Therefore, we will see more income growth for the household. Hopefully that would provide more confidence and income for the household and their consumption. At the same time, I also saw the government is allocating more resources in supporting, for instance, the social welfare system, the pension system, the Medicare system, trying to revitalize the rural area and so on, and also support for the household to buy these new consumer durables in place of their older consumer durables. These subsidies, spending, and so on would be positive for consumption. My sense is that around 5% is probably achievable. The economy is gradually on the upward trend. You look at, for instance, exports, investment, consumption, they're slowly doing better. The fiscal policy would probably be more aggressive this year than last year. I hope that the central bank can ease a little bit more, particularly given the background that the Federal Reserve Bank is not going to tighten anymore. In fact, the expectation is the Federal Reserve Bank may cut the policy rate by 75 basis points this year. This should also create more room for PBOC to ease monetary policy if it wants.